This is not a game. This is a job interview from hell. You're fired. You're fired. You're a total shambles. You're fired. Welcome to The Apprentice, You're Fired, where, for our interest and amusement, we make the fired candidate relive the whole ghastly business with the help of previously unseen footage. We'll be looking at how Adam sowed the Nigella seeds of his own destruction, and we'll be looking at Katie's spleen. My, there's an awful lot of it to vent.
You have one speed setting, and that speed setting is slow, slow, slow. Someone put the wrong speed dial in when they created you, sweetie.
Ouch. First, meet our panel, a man who knows a thing or two about getting a bargain, the TV presenter Dominic Littlewood. We've got a millionaire businesswoman, Michelle Mone, and an impressionist, John Culshaw. Welcome to you all. Tonight's scratch involves buying 10 items at a discounted price with only the yellow pages for help. It ended with Adam under fire in the boardroom for the fourth and final time.
I have a concern about you, Adam, that you've been here so many times. So many times. Shut up now. That you've been here so many times, and so many people are pointing in your direction. Adam, your luck has run out. You're fired.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adam Hosker. How many friends and family have you got down? Is there 3 coaches come down from Blackwood or something?
Yeah.
That would explain the that rapturous welcome. Look at you, big smile. You're not negative at all. What was the problem?
No idea. I think it's the dulcet tones of the Blackburn accent, to be honest. I think it confused people with being negative.
Right. But in the house, it's got to be said you weren't popular, were you? I thought that was a trick that the producer, perished the thought. I thought they tricked it a bit when you went like that and it was all silent when you survived the sacking last week. But was it as bad as it looked?
Slightly worse, yeah. I wasn't particularly popular with a few people, but that was the threat level that I had. People honestly thought I was going to win it.
Listen, a little test for you. Is this, A, something you make sports pitches with?
Definitely, yeah.
Is it a herb?
Definitely play football on this stuff every Saturday. Definitely.
Had you heard of, John, had you heard of Nigella seeds?
No, never at all. I would have just got some Cocoa Pops and dipped them in ink and just tried to get away with it. But no, are they the real things?
These are the real things.
Well.
Yeah, you rub them into, you can do something for your urine, apparently, if the Chinese one was right. Michelle, Nigella seeds?
Never, ever, and I eat a lot of curries, as you can tell, but no, I've never heard of them. No. What, in naan bread and stuff, is that right?
That's right, yeah, they sprinkle it in there.
No, never.
It does look like tarmac, actually, to be fair, doesn't it? You're right. Dominic?
I'm going to break the mould, yes. I celebrated Diwali Festival in Leicester last year and I learnt how to make curries and naan bread, so yes, I've seen those before.
Let's have a look at what went wrong with the search for Nigella seeds.
Nigella seeds, does anyone know what they are?
Do you know the new style plastic football pitches?
Yeah.
They use like a black rubber pellet instead of sand. Could you tell me what that's called?
Rubber granules.
Are they ever referred to as Nigella seeds?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. Try a Chinese health shop.
Trying to find Nigella seeds.
That's
that's just a medicine, is it?
Yeah, this
right,
is
okay, yeah, it's probably the wrong thing. I don't want to take a risk on it.
I'm trying to source Nigella seeds.
We do have some, but you have to come up the M11 past Stansted Airport.
I mean, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently in that search? I mean, how hard could it have been? I don't think there's an Asian food shop in Britain which doesn't stock the flipping things. I mean, you must have driven past 400 of them.
We rang absolutely loads of them and nobody knew what they were, but apparently it's 2 or 3 of the names for them, and if we'd have referred to them by any other name, I think we'd have found them quicker, but I think it was a luck thing with that, really. We didn't find them and we got fired, end of, innit, really?
You found the importer?
Yes.
And really, there was sort of something startlingly obvious that you missed then. You then committed the biggest crime of all, which was lying in the boardroom. All the more because you're on national television. You are going to get caught out in the end. Here we go. Here's the mince pie in the boardroom.
They've got several different names for what they could be called, which is why, you may find under
what are the other names?
Kalonji seed.
Kalonji seed? Oh my God! Okay, I know where we get kalonji seeds from. Okay, what else are they called?
Black onion seeds.
Black onion seeds. Right, fantastic. Listen, thanks very much for that. I know exactly what they are. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
What does an importer do?
They supply, we asked them if they...
What does an importer do? They supply other people?
They wouldn't give us a list. They weren't allowed to give us a list of who they supply them to. It's the same with the bins as well.
Hold on a minute.
I didn't ask the question.
You didn't ask
I did ask you to ask that question.
Did you ask the question or not?
When did you ask me to ask that question? You're lying. You did not ask me to ask the question.
5 minutes ago, you were telling me, no, they wouldn't tell us, it was secret. So it's a lot of bullshit, isn't it, you're giving me? You want me to treat you seriously, you've got to realise that you've got to tell me the truth.
OK.
This was the last throw of the dice of a desperate man, wasn't it?
Do you know what? I actually got mixed up. When we were trying to find the bin, we actually found somebody who... Well, we actually rang the company that make the bins and we said, can you tell us where we can buy one? And they said no, because she could be from a rival company trying to go to people we supply to. And I got mixed up with that. That's what it was.
Well,
I was that battered and confused at that point. I didn't have a clue what was going on.
But I tell you, don't ever go on a lie detector test, because your body language gave it away. Just look at your eyes here. They are just darting around. They're like some wild animal being pursued in the woods. Yeah. Michelle, you have to lie from time to time in business, don't you? Or do you?
I'm looking away. No, it's small white lies, but I don't think Adam, as he said, meant it. I could tell right away he was getting a bit confused. And to be honest, when you're in that boardroom with a little bitch sitting at the side of you, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? And the thing is that they were so unfair to you the week before that, when you went into the house, and not one of them, there were a bunch of wee scumbags, quite frankly. They were horrible to you. They didn't even clap or give you a cheer, so I think, what were you supposed to do?
I'm just looking at Adam's mother in the audience. She's applauding you. She's going to buy no bras but yours for the rest of her life. She really loved you. John, lying. I mean, your life's a lie, really, isn't it? Because you in the nicest possible way, because you pretend to be other people all the time.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I do sketches which say ridiculous things which get increasingly ridiculous. I don't think that was a lie, though. I agree with everyone. I think, that look in your eye then, it wasn't sort of, oh, no, I've been caught out. It was like, hey, what happened? What's going on? Yeah. That's what it really was. And it was a little bit like being caught out in the headmaster's office, wasn't it, I suppose? Yeah. It looked a bit like one of those lies where you go, no, I didn't do it, didn't do it.
Let's have a look at the wax deal. What commended this deal to you, that Christina and...
Well, some good points and some bad points here. Christine and Kate worked very, very well together. They were absolutely, as far as your team went, those girls were on double espresso. You and Ghazal, you were decaffeinated coffee. You were absolutely, there was two teams split down the middle. And they were getting good deals, and they did it in a really nice way. They had rapport with the sales assistant, and never, ever was anybody offended. It wasn't confrontational, it was enjoyable. Slight mistake on the girls' behalf, where initially they said, you need to get it down near £5. And the guy straight away dropped to $4.99. And then she said, well, actually, a lot lower than that. She should have gone in a lot lower. But the fact is, she still got it down to £4. She did a good deal. No one was offended. It worked well.
We're trying to get ourselves to the very best price we can. But, if we could get this down below £5, we'd be doing really well.
OK, all right, then, $4.99.
That's a little bit too close to the £5 mark. We were hoping, the figure we need to achieve, really, is around £4. Yeah, can we do that, Hettel? And then, because it's a one-off thing, yeah, a £4 figure would be really helpful for us, wouldn't it?
Really, really would.
And then we can make it a deal and we will probably disappear forever.
Okay, Okay.
£4 then. Thank you, Chaudhri. You're a wee star. £4 it is, thank you.
I'll tell you what she did do there, which was right. When she eventually put her price in, she said, get it down to £4, and then she went silent. And that's where a lot of people don't. And a lot of people say, can you get down to £4? Maybe, you know, I'll pay a little bit more if you can't. And then they start speaking. And you've got to stay silent at that point. She did. She said, get it down to £4. Silence. The next person to speak was that chemist, that pharmacist. And he matched the price. He got it for £4. They did a good job, those girls.
Yeah, I mean, the art of negotiation is that both parties should feel that they're winning. If you ever screw someone, then, not like, God, should I have said that? But if you ever screw someone...
That never crossed our minds then.
You'll never ever be able to do a deal again. So you want to keep the door open, and that is the art of negotiation, is both parties must win at all times.
How much easier is it for a woman to get a good deal out of a bloke? Adam on his own would never have got the same deal out of that guy, you know, as...
You know, I disagree with that. Obviously, you know, two good-looking blondes, well, possibly one good-looking blonde there, but... Oh my goodness. Yeah. But, you know, when you've got two good-looking blondes there, I mean, and it's a guy, then obviously, you know, you've got an advantage there. But I think a guy can really do good deals as well if they just build up that rapport. You're building up that relationship and you've got like 10 seconds to scan, work them out, how you're going to play your cards, a deal, and there you go.
So is there a character you'd be to get a good deal? I mean, Sir Alan Sugar wouldn't be a bad one, and there is a passing resemblance with that beard, isn't there?
I know, especially, you know, when you sit back, you know, why shouldn't I fire you for pointing that out? Actually, you're reinstated. Come back.
Katie, what she got against you, I mean, can there be any doubt that you're not going to get a Christmas card from her? Well, mind you, I can't imagine she's going to get one from you, is she? But let's just have a look at this. It's this hate-filled minute and 2 seconds of Katie invective against you.
I would like to be the person that secures Adam's exit from this and also secures his route back to the north and his northern chums, where I do feel he rather belongs.
Katie didn't give me the extra effort that I needed. We did.
I could not have put more effort into yesterday. When your best friends are Mr. Pino and Mr. Grigio, you want to watch it. You have one speed setting, and that speed setting is slow, slow, slow. Before I let you go again, no, before I let you go again.
To something else.
No, I'm not going to let you until we agree. Until we agree something. Right, let me reply to that.
Did you want us to win the task?
Do you want to know how many commodities?
Or did you want to make yourself look good? You did enough during the day.
Do you want me to know?
I'm speaking. I am speaking.
Well, it's dull, so I'm going to speak right over the top of you.
I wouldn't expect a Christmas card from her this year.
This house would be a better place without him because he's a cocky, arrogant person.
Was the kiss of the Spider Woman? When did you realise that she disliked you this much?
The zoo task I really noticed. I thought it was a lot to do with the fact I ended up being with them on that day as well. They weren't too keen on me sort of being in the middle of the little groping session they were trying to have. I actually think the things that she said is very, very childish. I'm not getting dragged into it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good. So now we'll slag her off then.
Right. Where's a professional? Go on, fire away. Make mincemeat out of her.
She'd be a very good minor royal, wouldn't she?
One speed, slow.
Maybe we should just get a ponytail and take her up to Scotland and sling her around like a haggis.
I actually quite like her. I think she speaks her mind. I think she's all right. And I do.
She only speaks her mind when no one else is listening. That's all right.
Sorry, but at the end of the day, you did bring up. You aimed low with your blows when you started mentioning about her, you know, possibly shagging some ex-housemate there, you know, and you did, didn't you? You know, and that was a low blow. Well, and that's when she reacted.
I actually mentioned the friendship. I didn't say anything about the rest of the stuff that was going on. That was Christina.
But would you actually agree with the fact you threw the first blow?
I may well have chipped it up for a lob into the top corner, yeah.
I can understand why, but yeah, and I think she reacted accordingly.
She deserved it. She's been going at him for weeks and she's all talking no action, and quite frankly, I wouldn't have her in my business if you paid me.
And one of the charges laid against you was that you're negative soul. And you certainly came across like that at times. I mean, just look at this bit of video and just put your hands up afterwards. I strongly suggest admit, yes, I came across as a little bit negative.
What do you think is the better idea, Adam?
I think a better idea is having organised something well before 5 o'clock.
We need to get kind of excited about it.
I'm by past the pub. Do you really think it's a good idea?
Adam just seems to be a bit of a grumpy teenager in the corner, just sort of kicking his heels and moaning, really.
This dustbin is proving an absolute nightmare.
My main concern is Adam. He's just negative.
Nigella seeds are becoming a total nightmare.
So, Adam, your thoughts?
Too little, too late.
With respect, you didn't seem like the kind of person who was going to dig you out of a hole there. You know, you had your head down, you just completely had enough.
Yeah, I mean, the one in Richmond, I mean, they were just shite, weren't they? They were absolutely rubbish, them two. They'd done absolutely nothing all day but flirt with each other. I've been working in the garden, I got to them, you could see I was sweating like crazy, I was absolutely knackered, and they'd done nothing, and then said, well, go on, you sort it. To be honest, it needed doing by then, and I did sort it because I came up with the singogram idea and it salvaged the task.
The other accusation made against you, apart from being a bit of a sulky pants, you were like a little boy at times, and I've got to tell you, when you'd lost this task, this was you, I could see you at the age of 5 saying this.
Absolutely gutted. The bloody car racing as a prize as well, I'd love that. That's my favourite thing in the world is racing cars.
My favourite thing in the world is racing cars.
I was gutted.
What was it like being in the boardroom?
Very, very scary, to be honest. My heart has never raced as fast since I stopped doing athletics. It's just, honestly, you sit there, your heart is bouncing out your chest. It is really, really intimidating. And he's swinging it round on you all the time. You don't know if you're coming or going. And seriously, like you saw last week, I didn't know if I was coming or going. I was like, which door?
Let's have a look at the comments of Sir Alan and your beloved colleagues. Here's what they had to say about you.
Adam had to go because this was his 4th time in the boardroom, his 5th time as a loser out of 7 weeks. I mean, 5 times out of 7 weeks. There has to be a message somewhere.
He thinks he is God's gift. He thinks he's fantastic. And to be honest, he's just mediocre.
Could you do anything at all for us?
No.
He's just average.
Anything?
No, I'm sorry, no.
He's just okay.
He kept on changing his mind, he kept deflecting products that he was finding difficult to resource. He wasn't managing the process and taking the initiative himself.
We just need some help, I think, really, now.
One of the things I didn't like in this particular boardroom was that he started to lie. And that really, I think, was the final nail in the coffin for him.
Any comment on that?
I thought he liked me, to be honest. He would have fired me much earlier. As far as the 4 times in the boardroom's concerned, he had no choice, did he? Let's be honest. I mean, like he said, lost 5 tasks, 4 times in the boardroom. It made things very, very difficult for him. As far as what other people are saying, I think they're just completely wide of the mark. I mean, I had 3 people on my team that didn't want me there, so they weren't going to say nice things. So whatever they said, whatever, I'm not really particularly interested in what they
What have you learned from the experience? What have you learned from the experience, and what have you learned from Sir Alan?
The experience was absolutely fantastic. I think I probably learnt more about the fact that I am loyal and honest, and he said I lied. To be honest with you, I didn't. I just got mixed up with 2 things. But I think out of all the people there, I was quite happy to say what I thought. I was quite happy to actually fight for the team and make sure that we won tasks and went my backside off to do it, which I think there's other people in there that can't say that.
And here's what your mum and your friend had to say about you earlier.
Adam showed an interest in business at a very young age by sort of organising his friends to clean cars. Then he got a paper round. He was cleaning windows, doing odd jobs.
I first noticed that Adam was good at business when we started selling programmes down here at Hewer Park. It was his idea of where to sell, who to sell to, how many programmes to sell, and as far as I was concerned, I wanted to watch the game. I didn't like being out in the cold, but Adam, we wanted to make the most money, so we'd be outside, no matter if it was raining, snowing, whatever.
I've always been proud of Adam, even from being 9 years old, having this child that was so business-minded. He was always independent, I never had to worry about him. I always had money in his pocket. it's a shame that he's got fired so soon, because there is a lot more to be seen of Adam.
Trey, I think this week's Trey moment was definitely when he was trying to do a deal, and I think it was these things. And it sounds to me like kind of an Asian version of Hello, Hello, the accent he puts on. Phenomenal. Can we have a look?
If you can have a look at the black seeds that you sell.
No problem.
And I will
ask someone.
And I will call you in 5 minutes.
Not 5 minutes. If the gas and get it too big, give me 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, I give you 15 minutes.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye.
It was a bit like going back to 1976 and Mind Your Language. It was just like, as you say, hello, hello. It was a sort of pantomime moment that just took him over, wasn't it?
So what did you make of Simon's imitation of Trey doing that? Let's have a look.
I am coming in 20 minutes.
I'm going to come soon.
I'm going to come now.
It is great.
Please, can you look for me?
You are my friend.
I will not be too long.
You are my friend, you know.
Coach horses.
You've got to adapt yourself, ain't you?
Good job of that.
Well, there's a sort of sing-songy quality in the accent. He's you know, moving his head to... I think he was thinking of the man from It Ain't Half Up Mum, also from the 1970s.
Let's see an impressionist, a master of the art doing his work. Now, this is Dead Ringer's take, John and Company's take on the final boardroom of the last series of The Apprentice.
1 week ago, I set you girls the task of organising a bit of a party, which is what passes for a grand finale at Hampstead. Michelle, you picked a crap team and had to flog tickets for a tenner. Ruth, you hired a good team and made twice as much bleeding money. An impossible decision for me. Ruth, I suppose you're going to say I should hire you just because you're best.
Without a doubt, Strallan, I am your apprentice because I'm focused, driven, and because I start every sentence with I am your apprentice, so it must be true. But at the end of the day, Strallan, what I have demonstrated is that I'm as mad as a box of frogs, and if you don't pick me, you might wake up one of these days with Adrian Chiles' head on your pillow.
Imagine waking up dead with just your head there, you know, on Alan Sugar's pillow. What a place to have died and come back to life. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look around the country. See what the word is on Oxford Street, for example, about who they think of who on The Apprentice of the candidates.
I think Katie's very feisty and aggressive, and therefore would make a fabulous apprentice.
Yeah, Jadine, you know, I think she's got a little bit of a bad rap so far, like for just being opinionated and speaking her mind. But so far, everything she's said has been like honest. She's up front. She doesn't talk behind people's backs. You know, she says it to their face. So I think, you know, she's another one that Sir Alan should like keep in.
I think Christina should win because she stands up for herself, doesn't listen to others. She's got good opinions. If the others listen, they might go a bit further.
I think Trey's going to win. He's the best character in it. He's just got everything in. What you see is what you get.
For me, Trey is a character but not a winner. I very much like Naomi, and I think Christina and Naomi will be in the final together.
What about Ghazal?
No, it doesn't do it for me, Ghazal.
I think Christina, she's got all the qualities that you would want in a business, and she's the making of a great entrepreneur as well.
Who do you think the Prime Minister would go for if he wanted a personal assistant as he begins the rest of his life, his post-prime ministerial life?
I think that's a very good question, and I'm very glad you raised it. I think in a very real sense, I think what's important is to take Katie and have her to stalk and annoy my opponents for the rest of the time.
And do you know there's something you do all the time? A little mannerism you've got?
Is it that?
It is that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that. And even in the flipping lion costume you're doing it. So what are your plans now then? What do you want to do with your life?
I'm actually looking for a new job. oddly enough, going on The Apprentice. Yeah, I'm looking for a new job, so if there's anybody out there...
Do you want to sell bras?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Drop me a line, adamhosker.co.uk.
It's funny you should say that, because I think he might be just the job for Ultimo Bras. Just a little tip for you. When you're looking at a woman's breasts, you've got to try and do it furtively. This is no good at all, look. Have you spotted a spider down there?
Yeah, there's a spider running right down. I don't remember that.
Let's go to the vote then. Let's start with the panel. Dominic, was Sir Alan right?
No. No, definitely wrong. Ghazal should have gone.
Michelle?
Do you know what? I've agreed with Sir Alan in every single show, even previous series as well, but I think he was wrong. I think Katie needs to go, but she makes good telly, so we'll wait and see what happens to her.
John?
Well, you're better off out of it. Go and have a pint. He probably did make the right decision.
Okay. If you think Sir Alan was right, hold up fired. If you think the wrong decision was made, hold up hired. Oh, that's dreadfully close, but I think I'm going to just about give it to the hired. So, right, you've given us plenty of memories. There's been plenty of highlights for you, Adam. Let's have a look through.
I have an edge in business similar to what an athlete has got. It's that extra tiny little bit.
Fromage anglais!
We've got orange ones and we've got chocolate ones. I've absolutely no idea to use this thing.
Fromage anglais!
How cute's that? You've done a bit of armed forces stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Any good on sabotage? I come out feeling like I'd just been in a boxing ring and I'd won. I was just like, yes. I'm an extrovert in life, I'm an extrovert in business. I'm working my way up to living a first-class life, and that's exactly what I'm aiming for.
Listen, we wanted to give you something to go away with.
Oh, get in!
It's a very well-shaped chin. What? It's from the hire shop, I'm afraid, so you can't have it. There's a kick in the teeth. Yeah, there's a cob for you. You can take that one with you. I'll tell you what, we'll throw in a packet of Nigella seeds. There you go. They're yours to keep. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Hosker. That's it for tonight. Thank you to all our guests. You can see Adam on BBC Breakfast tomorrow morning and hear him on Radio 5 Live just after 9. There are more exclusive interviews, clips and downloads available on our website at bbc.co.uk/apprentice. If you're mad enough to want to take part in the new series of The Apprentice and have the chance to work for Sir Alan, you can apply online at the same address. Next week, artistic temperaments run high as the candidates create a logo and an advert for a pair of trainers.
What the hell is this? That doesn't make sense. Super light, that ticks the box. Super durable, that ticks the box. Sole, well, I bloody well expect so because it's a shoe.
If that's your opinion, fine. But on this, I'm not going to change it.
This is serious, yeah? We've got an advert to finish, we don't have a dancer.
Wicked!
Oh, for fuck's sake, this is just going wrong.
Until then, good night.
So Adam talking about his eviction from the boardroom on tomorrow's Breakfast on BBC One, while Sir Alan Sugar will be sitting across the table from Jonathan Ross on Friday night at 10:35. No table for Gerard Depardieu with Graham Norton tomorrow night here on 2.